Hello, trading is closed on August 7th, 2019. We'll go over our calls. Look for the pattern with the early high. That's what this is. Don't be fooled by the shape. It's the times that count. We have an early high, a late low, counter trend, rally. Times are perfect. This is a pattern with the early high. Normally, it's a day which slopes down. When it slopes up instead, usually it leads to higher prices unless you gap and take out that low, which I don't think is going to happen. There is a new MEJT target, but it'll probably print, but if it doesn't, I won't be shocked. Here it says ultimately lower price it would print and higher price it would print too. That's the minimum. You almost always get more than the minimum. So since MEJT says this is false, it should return to that price, which is 28.66.85, most likely tomorrow. And almost always you're going to undercut 28.62.16 as well. So those are the targets. But targets don't always print in their preferred time frame. Let's go over some other stuff. Here's what we said. Pattern hit the early high. We got that. If it's an up day, there's usually a rally in the first hour. Well, we closed within 4 points of unchanged. I count that as unchanged. Here's what we said. We had a number of things calling for a low, but we needed another drop to complete the wave count. We'll come back to that in a minute. 2802 is one reasonable target. I thought lower price would print before long. I think that one's going to fail. And here we gave the case for those overnight lows not being seen. You're never sure about the count till it's too late, but if that's 1 and that's 2 and that's 3 and that's 4, the count we had yesterday, you'll see wave 1, and if that's wave 5, they're exactly equal. So let's fill that in. So this is another number that works. What size did I have these? 12. Okay. So that's the number that works. This is a perfectly valid wave count. It implies that we've seen the end of this leg, if it's the right count. We're still saying this very high spike is typical of market low, as well as this markedly oversold condition. Our original target for the end of wave C was 2802. We wanted it to be equal to wave A. Now, there doesn't have to be a Fibonacci relationship, but there usually is. And at today's low, we had 88.86%, which is not a common fib number, but it's a fib number nonetheless. At Monday's low, we had 132 points in 66 trading days. That's a 1x2 Gann fan line. And you'd like to see these things end within wave 4 of lesser degree. And if you put this at wave 4 of lesser degree, it ended right midway in wave 4 of lesser degree. So we have a number of things arguing that the low of this leg is quite possibly in. Here's the count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see wave 5 and wave 1, they are equal. Now, here's the MACD on the retest. Here it's way low, here it's way high. That's a successful retest in my book. So Thursday's pattern has the early high. It doesn't mean you won't gap down. There is a lower target. Unless we gap up sharply, I still say it'll print, but you might fail because this could be the end of this down leg. The move today was normally biased to trade lower throughout the day. When it rallies instead, if you don't gap under the low, which would be quite a gap, it signifies strength to come. The wave count is compatible with this down leg ending. I have greater confidence if we rallied in 5 waves, and I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I will later, but if I don't see that, it's still possible the count fails. And if the count fails, if the interpretation fails, we could still see 2802. But I think a number of stocks have already hit their lows, and I think it's more likely than not that the lows on this drop are already in. Just be aware of the consequences if I'm wrong. It's probably 80 handles in the wrong direction, but the odds are pretty good I'm not wrong. And tomorrow's pattern, early high, here's your target. As long as this low holds, the counts implies we're going to be in wave round 3 up, and it should be a doozy on the upside, and that's today's call.